Yo, 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 what's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A&E Blitz, exclusively on YouTube, releasing every single Tuesday at 8 a.m. I am your host, Jay Bones. Sitting across the table from me, I have Tim today. We are talking. What, my friend?
Top 5 epic moments in movies and TV. I just think that because we were talking and we were like, we were going over like really cool. We were watching Helldiver clips when
We started watching Helldiver clips.
So we were watching Helldiver clips, and then there's this one really cool voice actor who made a poem about Malevolent Creek. Now, if you guys are fellow Helldivers, you know the Creek is some pretty serious shit. Okay, and we respect the Creek. Remember Malevolent Creek. And that kind of we heard that speech, and then he was like, "Yo, let me listen to the speech from Andor." So we listened to the ending speech where he said "fuck the Empire." You know what I mean? Which was super cool. Then we started researching like top speeches and movies, and then we were like, you know what, dude? What would be cooler than talking about the most epic moments in movies for us? And here today, I'm gonna list you my top 5, and Jay Bones here is gonna list you his top 5. Let us know if you agree, disagree, or even list your own. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, leave it down in the comments.
Leave it down in the comments. So I'm gonna start off. Okay, number 5. Okay, epic movie moment. Jurassic World 2015.
Okay.
The battle between Rexy, Blue, and the Indominus. The moment when you think that, the Indominus is getting ready to come up back to the fight and the charge, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mosasaurus jumps out of the water, wrangles the Indominus, and drags her underneath. I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, it was a mind-blowing sequence that I was just not prepared for. It was such a cool plot twist. I wasn't even expecting it. I wasn't even thinking that they were near the Mosasaurus pit. I thought it was pretty cool. Your thoughts?
Dude, it is a great, bro. It's epic. Like, you don't even realize where they're at when they're fighting because you're so worried about, because they did a great job at building the characters, right?
Yeah, you worried about the kids.
You worry about the
Claire.
kids. You worry about Claire
Owen,
and Owen.
getting
Blue, fucked up, and then
Rexy, obviously.
Then those two, right? Then the Raptors get in on it. Now you're like, oh my god. Now you're worried about the Raptors. You're worried about the OG Rexy, and the next thing you know, out of the water comes the Mosasaurus.
Yeah,
and
it's
chomp.
It was just a cool, like,
Has
unexpected
a nice
moment.
day.
Yeah, it was an unexpected moment, and it was really cool. It was a good kind of like, hey, this is the only way that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. What about you, my friend?
So
what's coming in number 5?
So before I start, this list is it's current, real quick off the top of my head list. This is not a permanent list by any means. So at number 5, I'm gonna list. This is an older one for some of those old heads out there listening, right? We got Die Hard 2. John McClane blowing the plane up.
Oh yeah,
as it's taking off.
All right,
dude, fucking sick.
That was pretty cool.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Dude,
yo,
that was a epic moment. I'm not gonna lie,
because
I thought for sure that McClane was done. The guys got away scotch free. He was duped. They got away scotch free.
The next thing you know, kaboom.
That was
a great moment.
That
bro.
was like very satisfying.
The first time I watched, I was really young. Like I watched the Die Hard movies real young, and so like that moment when he's like "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker," I'm like 10. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And then you watch the plane explode, and it was just, and then everyone reunites, and it's just great time. It's just fucking awesome.
Okay, well, coming in for me at number 4, I'm going to also revisit the world of Die Hard.
Okay.
Here, Die Hard numero uno, when John McClane throws Hans Gruber off the roof.
Oh, it's a great moment. Bro.
I mean, it's just an epic moment. You're seeing Professor Snape just kind of flailing his arms as he's falling down the building, and McClane celebrating in his typical way, saying, "Hey, man, fuck you." And it was just an epic conclusion. Like,
it's just so sick.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like there's a lot of moments, obviously, in Die Hard when it's like that, because like it's a really like violent movie. So there's a lot of shit you're like, oh my god, that's awesome. But that one's like obviously caps the movie off. It's like the good guys win, and in the end. It's just awesome. You just can't deny it, man.
That was
It's just
Bruce Willis is a beast, man.
it's such a good movie, dude.
Beast.
The series is so good.
So many like cool actors they put through there
Bro,
too, like
Samuel L.
Alan
at one
Rickman,
point.
Samuel L. You know what I mean? Like a lot of good characters.
A lot of good ones.
All right, what's coming in number 4 for you, my friend?
Number 4 for me, we're also gonna go with a beginning of a saga
Okay.
of really good movies. Or not not the beginning. This is actually towards the end of the saga. It's gonna be Rocky 4.
Oh, okay.
When Rocky
it.
finally overcomes Drago after he just, a little while before this murders Creed, the original Apollo Creed. But Rocky, it triumphs over Drago in that fight there at the end and just
That's a good
proves
one.
it's just like an American moment. Just like, he overcomes the Eastern power, the juiced up Drago, and just like after getting
That's
beat
solid.
down, the music comes in and he just starts throwing them back, takes down the giant, and it's just an ultimate underdog story.
I think that's a good one. For me, I have a bit of a triple header at number 3. Just because I don't know where to place these, and I think they all have significant impact, and I don't want to clog my top 3, so I'm going to shove them all into one.
Okay.
All right, at number 3, part C, we have Darth Vader surprise guest at Bespin for dinner.
Okay. Dude, that is a great movie.
Weren't expecting it.
Mhm.
Kind of epic, because all of a sudden Vader's like, really, you're going to shoot at me? Why don't you join me for dinner?
Yeah.
Kind of hilarious, unexpected. Definitely enjoyed that. Continuing in The Empire Strikes Back, Luke, I'm your father.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, come on.
Fucking crazy moment.
One of the most iconic lines of
most-
all time.
The most misheard iconic line of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's just true. It's just true.
Nonetheless, fucking great.
Epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
Just epic moment.
And then coming in at 3A, I have Vader turning tail and throwing the Emperor down the chute. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. Like when I first watched it, I was like, yo, what? I really thought Luke was gonna overcome this and kill the Emperor, but in turn, his father turned tail and saved his son. Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, man. It's just great 3 right there, right at the end. Just 3 really good options.
Yeah, I just didn't know
It's hard to put them.
I didn't know how to rank them, and I thought they were really epic moments.
Yeah. Kind of sticking in that realm of movie. I'm gonna do the same thing as you. I'm gonna take your idea. I'm gonna do a 3.
Are you
here.
gonna hit me with episode 3 stuff?
I'm not.
I'm surprised. I thought
not.
that's where you were headed.
I'm not. I'm gonna head over to the Marvel world.
Okay.
All right, and my 3 are gonna be this, right? With part C being right, 3C. Is gonna be the Sorry, my brain stopped working for a second. Spider-Man: No Way Home. When you get all 3 of them
Oh,
at the
dude,
end,
yeah, that's
fucking
good.
teaming
That's
up
good.
and just like you see the individuality of the 3 of them, and then finally at the end you see Tom's Peter starts to let his anger take over. He's gonna kill Goblin, but then Toby comes in and then Andrew comes in and you just get like the just an epic fight, epic moment at the end there. The good guys win. They triumph overall. And then part B of this one is actually going to be the end game final battle.
So I am surprised you didn't loop in to see Andrew Garfield saving Zendaya.
Oh yeah, that's. Yeah, I mean, that's
because that was just like
that does happen around that sequence
that
too.
was poetic justice.
But that sequence is super long. Like the
Yeah.
entire sequence is just fucking.
Well, I
phenomenal.
figured you were gonna loop that in because let's be honest, like that was like
That was what brought the character.
that made me a little bit emotional because like
Oh,
I
it does.
really did enjoy like
His
Andrew
movies were
Garfield's
great.
like movies. I thought he was a really good Spider-Man.
He's probably the most comic accurate. Like,
Yeah, I mean like
so good.
if you were to combine like I needed a combination of Garfield and Toby's like Peter,
Yeah.
but Garfield's Spider-Man was like spot on.
Yeah. His Spider-Man was
Because
really
I thought
good.
Garfield his Peter Parker was too like he's a cool like he's a
He
cool
was too,
kid.
He was
Like
too
he was
good
too
looking.
cool. Like
He
I would
was
have been
too
like I
perfect.
I would have considered him be part of the cool kids.
Right.
That was the problem I had with his Peter.
Yeah. I mean, he was a loner and everything, but like, he was like that loner like everyone knows and loves. Not
Yeah.
like the loner that's like a weirdo.
Like ugh.
Right. Whereas I feel like Toby's was definitely, you could feel that, but he was also like older. Like, if you give me Tom's age with like Toby's Peter and Andrew's Spider-Man, it's perfect.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's perfect.
All right,
But
sorry. Go hit me with
3A
B. Hit me with your
sorry,
B. Yeah, you hit me with your B.
3B. Endgame final battle. I mean,
Okay.
It's a fucking hour long. Like, it's an hour long. Like, it's an hour long of just chaotic fight. It's amazing.
As soon as they come back from time travel, and then obviously he bombards the place.
Yeah, he blows
and
the
it
place
turns into
up,
a giant
and then the
epic
three of
battle.
them come out, and then they start fighting him. They're
am
losing.
Iron Man.
He comes out and he comes, what the hell does he even say? When Thanos
Avengers
first walks back.
Assemble.
No, when Thanos first walks back, he's facing the three of them, and he's sitting down with the staff. He's like, but it always leads back to me.
Oh yeah, I am inevitable.
It's just such a great fucking line.
To be fair, like he played that so well,
dude. And the worst one, he almost won. Like, even still, after all of that, after the 900 heroes show up, he still almost won.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
And the best part is that he almost
Iron Man.
won without the Iron Gauntlet. He just won almost by straight up
Beating the shit out of people.
beating the shit out of people.
But he almost got ripped apart in the meantime by Wanda.
Yeah.
So.
But it just goes to show how strong he was.
Yeah.
You know?
Go. But
Mhm.
piggybacking off of the last two Marvels, we end up on 3A.
Okay, what's 3A?
The end of Infinity War.
Oh
When
my god.
Thanos
yeah, dude.
does triumph
I'm
over
not
the
gonna lie.
heroes.
That was too much.
Like, dude, you've had 20 years of storytelling. Or sorry, at the time it was 10 years of storytelling. And it just builds up to this very climactic moment where he's got a Stormbreaker in his chest. And then he just reaches up
should have aimed for the head.
and he snaps.
Dude, insane.
And you just start seeing people fucking disappear left and right.
Mm.
And then he falls through a portal. And then you see him sit down at the end of everything, and he watches the sunset over a grateful universe, and doesn't realize what he's done. But this is one of the only times in film where the bad guy wins, and it's just like, it's one of those epic moments. You're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, because you look at I think I can only think of 3 films off the top of my head where the villains win in the end, and it's Deathly Hallows Part 1, Harry Potter, Empire Strikes Back, and Infinity War.
Yeah. And you could technically throw Revenge of the Sith in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I
could.
mean, they kind of both. It's kind of like neutral at that point, but we know how it ends.
Heading to Revenge of the Sith at number 2.
At number 2,
we have the March on the Jedi Temple.
March on the Temple, man. Great.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really at a young age. I still didn't know that Anakin was Darth Vader
until
because I was 8. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, Anakin, he's so cool, my favorite. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Why is he killing Jedi?
and
the
it was him turning on Mace. The March on the Jedi Temple.
March on the Temple was fucking beautiful.
Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we going to do? I was like, ow, shit.
Yeah, man. And then the lore behind that scene's hilarious, too.
Where
he screamed boo at the kid to get him to jump. That's why that's kind of the kid looked all scared because he actually screamed at the kid. And the kid jumped in real fear. It was real. It's just hilarious. It's great.
But I mean, that's my number 2. And if that's my number 2, my number 1 is about to blow you away.
Okay.
So what do you got for me at
Here's
number
my
two?
number 2. All right, I heard you mention in part 1 in here. I'm gonna give you the part 2, the better moment. Voldy versus Harry, final fight when Harry finally triumphs over Voldemort completely, right? Because he has the fight in the forest. He comes up, and then Neville, stands forward in front of Voldemort with the sword. Eventually, will kill Nagini with that sword, and then finally, here at the end, you have Voldy, Harry, just
1-on-1.
going at it. Finally, for the final time, 1-on-1, actually getting a fair fight. Wand versus wand, power versus power. Who is stronger?
Yep.
And
Unfortunately,
Harry triumphs over Voldy.
Voldemort not having full control of the Elder Wand.
Yep. And he loses the fight, man.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. I mean, I thought you were gonna loop in the fact that Harry died.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, I mean,
because that one, I was like,
he dies and comes back.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
And then
I was
faking it the whole way in Hagrid's
confused.
arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
nuts.
so good, man. And then he jumps off, and Voldemort's like, oh my god.
The boy is come today.
Yeah, it's just, dude, that whole fucking the whole fucking sequence is amazing.
It's nuts. That whole like last hour of that movie is literally
it's
just
like Endgame. It's just fucking
insane.
chaos. It's just chaos. It's great. It's fucking amazing.
Coming in.
Give me it. Number 1.
At number 1. B.
1B. He threw me B.
1B.
Oh my god.
1B. Can you guess what it is, my friend?
Can I? No, because we've already thrown out so many hard hitters, and I can't.
1B was particularly traumatizing to me because of how much I love this film franchise.
No, because you have too many film franchises you love. I don't know.
Well, right now the pops are hanging in my room, and it is the fall of Home Tree in Avatar.
Oh, okay.
Because the fall of Home Tree was devastating. The clan chief, Neytiri's father dies, gives him gives her the bow of Home Tree, tells her to lead the people, leaves Jake Sully in the dust.
Yeah.
The music, the vibes, the crying, the tears, it all felt. It was such a mesmerizing moment, and it was really just kind of like, wow. Because you weren't expecting them to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you were like, oh, they're gonna rally. You know what I mean? They have the hard minds of the people. Now, 1A.
Give me it. 1A. I was not expecting a 1BA here.
1A.
Give me it.
Same film.
Same film.
Yep.
Same film.
Awa answering Jake Sully's prayers and sending the wildlife to fight back against Miles Quatrich. When Neytiri's just screaming, Jake Sully! Awa has heard you! Awa has heard you! And it was just such a cool moment. And so it was something so satisfying about the big elephant thing crushing that one fucking guy when he trampled his mech.
Yeah.
Oh, something so satisfying about that. Because the whole time you're like, it's just gonna, because like at this point they're losing the fight. It's not looking good. Like we don't know what's gonna happen. We already kind of have the precursor that Awa doesn't listen to prayers, and we don't think anything's gonna happen. But in reality, a prayer was answered, and Awa understood, like, hey, listen, if we don't stop them here, they're not gonna stop. It's over.
Dude, and like, it's so good because, like, especially when you look at looking back in hindsight, like that movie created a huge franchise now, or what's going to be a huge franchise now.
Third one comes out later this year.
Crazy. I mean, like that movie's storytelling, it threw to the side everything else and just gave you incredible visuals, incredible storytelling.
And with really deep character development.
Yeah, and it knew if we did these things right, it could spark to something bigger. And it did. It's great.
Listen, visuals, fast. Storytelling, friendly.
Stop.
Character development.
Stop it.
Glee.
No.
You just gotta stick to the mission when it comes to making something great.
Just stick to the fucking mission, apparently.
All right, coming in number uno for you, my friend. What do you got?
I am going to once again steal your idea for an AB.
Okay.
Now this one's going to be a little odd. It's going to be a little out there. But we're going to show some love to the animation world here.
Okay, I
Okay.
like it.
With The Lion King. I know, it's a
okay.
huge curveball. But we spend the whole movie with Simba, thinking he's an outcast, a failure, no one would want him back. But then finally, at the end of the movie, he returns to the kingdom, and he fights off Scar, and he wins back his entire pride, all his land. He comes back, and he takes everything back. And obviously, I wasn't even alive when the movie came out. I don't even think you might have been.
I was alive.
You're
Yeah.
barely alive.
Still alive.
Barely alive when it came out. But just a great moment, that just shows that, you can have emotional things with animation. It was really it was beginning
sure.
of animation realistically, and it just did so well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were gonna head, Mufasa dying there. That was the direction you were gonna go.
Well, it's an epic moment, but that's what sparks the
Yeah.
emotional comeback at the end because that's the reason he doesn't want to go back, because he thinks he was been banished because he killed his
Mufasa.
father.
Yeah.
But then eventually, Mufasa comes to him in a cloud or whatever and tells him, like,
Simba, remember who you are.
Exactly. And then that's what sparks him to be like, I'm going to go take my pride back. I've heard how bad it's become. And then he shows up and he shows Scar that he's grown into a man and he's just like his father. And he's going to take back his pride and his kingdom.
Okay.
And then he does it. And it's just an incredible moment.
All right, and 1A?
And here we go.
Because 1B was solid.
1B was solid. Now, I don't know if it was deserving of a 1 slot, but
It was good.
it was good. It might not have been great, but it was good. I also found it while I was scrolling. But 1A.
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 The most epic movie in your entire life.
One of my all-time greatest, right, is the Battle of the Heroes at the end of episode 3 that was sparked by the March in the Temple that you have already given us.
Okay.
Okay, he marches in the temple, and then eventually he goes to Mustafar to take out the separatist leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have
one of the greatest duels of all time.
One of the greatest duels of all time that starts with one of the greatest interactions of all time. Something that's quoted by
a great speech.
Incredible, incredible, amount of people still to this day, even 20 years later now, soon to be. Just an incredible moment. And then you have not only the Battle of the Heroes going on, right, with Anakin and Obi-Wan swinging on, metal strings and battling out over lava, but it also gets spliced together with Yoda versus Palpatine right at the end.
Yep, that's
and
solid.
They're battling in the Senate chamber, throwing Senate pods at each other and just going at it with force powers and incredible visuals.
My little green friend.
And it all gets capped off at the end with Obi-Wan chopping up Anakin for being naive and thinking that he can
pull off the same move.
Pull off the move that Obi-Wan pulled off on Maul. And he ends up losing 3 limbs. Left on the side of the lava bed. Lights on fire. I hate you.
Left for dead. With another great speech about Obi-Wan.
Another great monologue there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then, right at the end, the surprise that most people thought the movie was over. But then you see Lord Vader being built. He rises on his chair.
Coincided with Luke and Leia being born.
Yes. And then you hear at the end from Yoda, you're going to commune with your old master. And then, is Padme okay? Is she alive? And then he gets the terrible news that she's died. And we get one of the most cringeworthy, hilariously meme-worthy moments of Vader. No. And it's just... And then eventually you get the moment of them walking out to watch the construction of the Death Star. It's just the whole sequence. Again, the last hour, another hour-long moment, where you're just
Solid.
encapsulated in the moment, in the epicness.
I love it. I love it. Well,
That's my
I actually
number
have
one.
some I have some honorable mentions here that didn't make my list.
Okay.
I have 4.
So 3 add-ons and then some honorable mentions.
So I have 4 honorable mentions
Okay.
that didn't make my list.
Okay.
At number 4, honorable mention.
Okay.
The end of the one episode of Andor, revealing they were helping build the Death Star.
Bro, that reveal, when I saw it, just sent me. It sent
Dude.
me.
Crazy. Number 3, epic moment. Unfortunately, the death of Jin.
Jin. It's a dude.
I
Incredible moment.
you just see the Death Star turn.
Oh,
And
dude,
just-
you just gave me a great mention. Oh my god.
I mean, that was just nuts.
Yeah, no, that moment, and then you also
Literally
have Krennic
insane.
in that moment. Him and Tarkin are rivals the whole time, and Krennic is looking up at his masterpiece that he built,
Killing him.
and then Tarkin makes the order to blow it up, knowing that Krennic is there.
Yep.
Blows the tower off, killing Krennic immediately. It's great
Literally
revenge
insane.
moment.
Honorable mention number 3. And unfortunately, a lot of these are going to be Star Wars because there's so many epic
They're
moments
so
in Star
good,
Wars.
bro.
Darth Maul defeating Qui-Gon Jinn.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone was.
I was just like I was watching, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
I mean, that whole sequence, Maul defeating Qui-Gon, Maul defeating Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan turning
winning.
the tide. Yeah, like that. It's just, dude, it's just so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, my last epic moment comes from the Book of Boba Fett.
Okay. The Book of Boba Fett. I was not expecting a Book of Boba Fett to hit this one.
The Book of Boba Fett.
Holy shit.
Boba getting out of the Sarlacc pit.
Okay.
Because that shit was like traumatizing.
Oh, dude, it really was.
I was
It
like-
epic.
I was
It
like, dude, what is going on right now?
Yeah, no. And then you don't even hear a single word in that episode muttered until 12 minutes in.
Mm-mm.
I timed it.
It was
incredible.
It was insane. It was definitely a struggle.
Yeah. But it was a great sequence.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because like it answered a
Dying
dying question. How did Boba live?
Yeah.
But those are my honorable mentions.
So
Were
my
any of those surprise you?
the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh,
That
okay. Well,
fucking
yeah,
surprised
yeah,
me.
well, yeah.
Holy shit. I was not expecting a Bob to hit here.
You
But
got any for me?
I do have some honorable mentions.
Okay,
And
shoot.
they were sparked from you. And for me, it's just going to be Star Wars hallway scenes. Because grouped together, these are collectively the best scenes that Star Wars has to offer, whether they're animation or live action. Okay, we have Season 7 Clone Wars. This is the order. Season 7 Clone Wars with Darth Maul. Walking down the hall with only the Force to wield and the panels of the metal wall of the Venator. And he is just using them to dice up the clones that were firing at him. And he just takes them all out with ease. And it's beautiful. And then you go on to Luke's from the Mandalorian Season 2 finale. When he's just coming down the hall, slicing up the troopers left and right, and just showing why he is back.
That was a bit aggressive.
And then you see it's getting spliced with the face of Gideon, completely afraid, quivering in his boots. But then, I mean, you can't top the one that started the hallway trend for Star Wars. Vader in Rogue One, coming down that hallway. God damn. The fear that struck in the hearts of the rebels.
Because when the days are...
Dude,
you know what I'm talking
it's
about?
just so good. Like, you see him just the silhouette from his lightsaber lighting up, and then you're just like, oh, it's here, it's happening. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, he just literally tore through all those
He just
rebels.
Dices up like 20 of them.
Easy peasy.
And I got one final one.
Shoot, what do you got?
Star Wars, recent. It's from Ahsoka. It's when Anakin is coming back on the World Between Worlds bridge, and it's flickering between Anakin and Vader. And the light flickers, and he flickers to Vader, and he flickers back to Anakin, and he comes out, and they just have this incredible fight, this incredible moment where you see that Anakin is now in control of that dark side of him, and he's able to wield it when he pleases, not when the dark side wants. It's an epic moment.
It also is really nice seeing him with the red saber
It's beautiful.
in Anakin form.
So good.
The Anakin form with the red saber, bro,
Bro.
so clean.
And Ahsoka, she flickers between her young self and her older self, and it's just beautiful. Incredible.
I just love the whole concept of the world between worlds, where like people are still like there. You know
It's
what I mean?
awesome, bro.
It is.
It's fucking awesome.
And the fact that Anakin is not only able to be a Force ghost, but also hang out in the world between worlds is like kind of nuts.
Yeah. Well, it's also his connection with Ahsoka that allows him to do it, which is amazing.
Well, it just goes how powerful of a Jedi he was.
Yeah.
Or Sith, I guess. I mean,
Both.
Dark Jedi. I mean, Gray Jedi.
But I do have one final one.
Yeah. What do you
that
got?
I have to list, and it's an animation form, but it's just too.
I'm gonna.
Not as epic. I don't
So
think.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that, but I'm gonna let you list yours first.
I don't think it's
because
as
I don't
epic.
think you're ready for what I'm about to hit you with.
I don't think mine is as epic as it is sad.
What you got?
It's Kanan dying in Rebels, and his death scene is just so impactful. Like when you've watched 4 seasons of Rebels and you're watching and you're just, oh my god, it pulls at the heartstrings. And then he's blinded this moment, but in his final moments, the Force gifts him back his sight so he can look at his true love one final time in his sacrifice to save the crew of the Ghost. And it's, oh my god, I just
solid,
dude. It's just every time I watch that, that series, and I get to that moment, I just tear up because it's so strong of a connection. It's amazing.
My last honorable mention: Avatar, The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender.
Yes,
Dude, I think I know where you're going, and I love it.
when Avatar Aang strips Fire Lord Ozai of his ability to bend,
God, bro,
is one of the craziest moments in animation history.
Dude, and it's in the fight that's before it is amazing.
It's absolutely bonkers.
Oh my god, dude.
When
I see that in live action, I'm gonna lose it.
That's just like one of like the most epic moments. And then like some other just quick hitters will be like a couple speeches, like the speech from Andor, the Independence Day speech, A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
just some great moments in like cinematic movie history. I mean, like, and we just named a few of them,
right?
And those were ours. A couple honorable mentions that probably are higher on people's lists than ours, but we have ours for a reason.
And realistically, we were spitballing for the most part, but
I knew mine.
I mean, even with spitballing, I stand by those. Those are great.
Oh, I stand by my 5.
Like I think my 5 can be
my
tweaked.
5, but actually like somehow my 9 because we did part A.
Yeah, my 9 too. But I still stand by those options. Like those are still like to me like when I think back on my childhood and the movies I watched, like. Those are the ones I watched. Like Rocky, I grew up on. Die Hard, I grew up on. Star Wars, I grew up on.
Yeah, I mean, I could have threw in some like Indiana Jones,
Jurassic Park, Pirates
Indiana
of the
Jones had a
Caribbean.
couple great moments. Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, Jack Sparrow going down in the Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah.
With the Kraken. I mean, that was pretty cool.
And even me, I could have thrown in some Jurassic if I wanted, but
like revealing in the third movie they killed the Kraken. Like what?
Yeah.
Crazy.
They're just
all the backstabbing and plotting that happened in that movie, like
I could have just like, there's so many directions like you can go when it comes to movies and film. Like you could have went like, I could have went Oppenheimer for some of them. You know, I could have went.
yeah.
You know, Good Will Hunting has incredible moments.
I mean, The Way of Water had some really epic moments.
It did.
You know,
You know, like I said, if we're just talking cinematic, like like Good Will Hunting when he's in the bar and he just like shows everyone up, and then he comes back and he has, you know, you like apples.
The Rock.
Boom.
You ever seen The Rock?
Yeah.
With Nicolas
dude.
Cage.
Fucking
Like,
great.
Nobody was expecting the SEAL team to get absolutely annihilated in 2 seconds.
Yeah. No.
And then Nick Cage has to, you know, it's you. You're the Rocket Man. Pff, launches the guy out the window with a fucking missile.
Yeah.
I'm like, some of those movies were just like insane.
You just forget how many good fucking movies there is.
Oh man, like Indiana Jones, The Mummy, of Brandon Fraser.
So many good ones.
Like anything Emotep did in The Mummy was just absolutely out of this world.
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Van
with
Helsing.
Brendan Fraser.
When Van Helsing reveals that he got bit and he was a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody saw that coming.
Dude,
Like,
there's just so many reveals. They're so like
plot twists or things you just weren't expecting, and you're like, I feel like I'm like it's like Joe Rogan at the side of the UFC. He's like,
oh yeah, he's like leaning against the guys. Yeah, such a great meme. So many good
man.
moments, man.
It just goes to show you, like, you know, I mean, I'm a film head. You're a film head.
Yeah.
You know, I think I watched every possible movie on Netflix that I possibly could, and like the cinematic movies, like moments that just they keep adding on, and like I have my 5, you have your 5. You know, Frodo down the street has his 5. My niece and nephew have their 5. I mean,
They're gonna have them, man.
it's everyone has different parts that resonate with them for different reasons. Whether it's a time in their life that they you know connected to, or just a powerful moment that made them emotional, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of time like what makes those moments special for me.
That's what those movies are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Realistically.
You know, like the reason why I think Avatar sits with me is the way it does is that like I was going through a very trying time in my life in 2008, 2009. And like video games and movies helped me escape that awful reality, you know? So
yeah, I mean, there's so many movies that you know, I fall back on, like, because they were comfort movies at the time when, you know, parents
make you feel good.
Yeah, parents going through a divorce, this and that, whatever's going on.
Oh yeah, dude.
You're a loner, right? You know, you don't have a ton of friends, so you're just like, all right, video games it is. Like, that's how I stumbled upon Minecraft. That's why it has such a huge place in my heart. But,
your heart on for Minecraft is a little ridiculous.
But dude.
I'm not.
It's when it came in though. Like it's when it came into my life. Like it came into my life when like I literally had no friends. I had like.
Your Minecraft is like my COD 4. COD 4
Maybe.
like holds a special place in my heart. Like,
yeah.
You know, like it's just like
Same
I enjoyed
man.
every facet of that. You know, like the campaign, like the multiplayer. Being one of the first of my peer group to be Prestige 10.
Yeah.
Like, that was just a cool moment. You know?
Yeah, it's just dope. It's just when they come in. It's when these moments. It's when these things come into your life in these moments when you need them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
Realistically, like COD 4 is probably what really made me a gamer.
Minecraft made me a gamer. That's how I got into computer games.
Actually,
On a
sorry,
laptop.
hold up. I think I just lied. I think I just lied. I think I really did. Call of Duty 2 is what made me a gamer. And this is back when you needed like the sub hookup for the gaming,
yep.
bro. Like where you had to like you pray to God if you move this antenna the wrong way, you're just done.
You drop
you're
offline.
Done.
Yeah.
Like you have nothing after that point.
Yeah, do you remember
my dedication to play Call of Duty 2 was like outrageous.
Do you remember on the Xbox 360 the Wi-Fi hookup you had to put on the back?
Oh my god!
You fucking plug it in through USB.
Yeah, dude. Like
talk about back in the fucking
dude,
y'all kids.
I
What do you kids know?
swear that like you had to pray to God for like it to work, and
Bro.
like nowadays
Then
like
if it overheated,
everything's
you put it in the freezer.
like everything's like in all in one. Like you don't no adapters, no attachments,
no dongles.
Ugh,
No
dude.
no 3-prong video inputs. So you can have video and audio.
Like I had to plug my headset into my TV in order for me to hear it correctly, But if I wanted to watch TV, I'd unplug everything and like that's when you know you
You
were
just
fucking
switch your
committed.
fucking
Like
shit over.
back then, like trying to convince my mom that I needed $60 Turtle Beaches.
Yo,
That was a mission in itself.
bro, trying to convince my mom to get my first mouse. Like, it took me having to wait until my birthday to be like, hey, I want this
So
this Razor Death Adder. For my
See, I
birthday.
was lucky enough to not lucky, but like my parents took care of my console gaming addiction.
Yeah.
But like I introduced my own self to PC. Like
Yeah.
I funded that whole
Yeah,
operation.
we made the mistakes.
Yeah.
I did too. I mean, I built my own first one, but
You know, I'm still rocking my original pre-built.
I was stealing
know.
fucking. I had the family laptop making Minecraft YouTube videos for years,
God.
bro. For years before I had my own laptop.
Dude, I created I had like a clan like going on before clans were like a thing. Dude, I had a website and everything.
Oh, you went
dude,
hard.
Oh yeah, dude.
You bought a .com for $10.
So our guild name was based off of the Delta snipers that died in Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Because Black Hawk Down just came out around this time, and that movie was so epic. And like I was really like I did a whole because you know me like when I like something I do
You're
a shit ton of
fucking
research
all
on
in.
it,
Yeah.
and like I learned all about
Like you're watching Napoleon and reading Napoleon at the same time.
yes, but I learned all about that whole operation, the snipers, and that's what we based our clan around. Like we had ranks and. There was 30 of us. A 30-man clan through Xbox 360. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Right.
Through PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Okay. Through PlayStation 2, trying to navigate through a website,
Oh
trying
my
to recruit, train, play for something that we never did. And then a year later, I converted over to Xbox and started playing Gears of War.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh, what a day. But it's just when things come to our life. Like that's why you attach to them.
And that's why like some of these epic movie moments are higher on ours than it would be yours.
Yeah, and they forever will be because Star Wars Episode 3 will always be the top of my list. I'm sorry. Deal with it.
And this is Blitz. I'm out. Jay, take it away.
All right, guys. Well, we're at the end of our episode here. Thank you all for listening to another episode of A&E Blitz. Hopefully soon watching. Exclusively on YouTube Tuesdays at 8 a.m. We will see you guys next week. Have a great day and peace out.